What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 9 of the Hard Breach. This episode is going to be, unfortunately, a little bit shorter, I think, than all the other episodes because we're kind of in the off season. Things are getting a little slow. Pro League's not happening, and Challenger League is kind of hard to cover right now because Challenger League does not go anywhere. People are just playing for money, unfortunately. The first thing that we're going to talk about is actually the new update that just came out the other day. While CL is still going on. I just want to point that out. But nobody really knew if this update was going to go through, or when it was going to go through, or what all was going to go through, or what happened. Like, Ubisoft did not say anything. It was like, ooh, like, here's some proposed changes that we could possibly make. Like, what do y'all think? And then a week later, it's like, bam, we're making the change, all of it. We're doing all of it. I hope you guys like it. The first one was Buck lost his nades, and he got a claymore. They increased the skeleton key magazine to 5 instead of 4, and they increased the skeleton key ammo to 25. I think taking away his nades was not necessarily the right direction to go. I think Buck is overpowered because of his skeleton key, and they just turned around and they buffed the skeleton key. You see what I'm saying? Like, the difference between Buck and Sludge is Buck, you can act like you can buck things from a distance, and you're generally safe. With Sludge, you have to stand on top of what you're sludging, and you're risking either one getting like shot through the floor, getting C4. Like, there's so much more risk that comes with Sludge that just makes Buck so much better. I mean, there's a few changes I don't understand. The next one is Goyo lost his shield. He now has 2. Thank God. I'm glad that one went through, but like, it took him long enough. The next one is Jaeger is now a 2 armor, 2 speed. I actually don't really mind this change. I played him the other day, and I actually didn't feel like it was any slower. If anything, Jaeger he can take more shots. Now he's a little bit of a thick boy, and he's gonna eat a couple more bullets. That's like the only thing that I see actually came out of this. To be completely well, now Jaeger's setup's gonna be a little bit longer too. Now, I mean, it is what it is. The next one, Mozzie lost his super shorty shotgun as a secondary. This one I also do not agree with, and I understand wanting to take something away like that. And the thing that I have thought about, and I think I've seen a lot of other people also tweet about it. It wasn't necessarily taking away his shotgun, but changing the way his pests work. So it's either take a pest away and take his C4 away, or change it to where instead of him getting to just shoot his pest and then it sits there for the entirety of the round until somebody else shoots it or until it catches a drone, what if the pest like deteriorates and like after like 45 seconds the pest like it breaks and it is no longer in use, so he can't just shoot one down and then it's there for the entirety of the round. The next one for me is just insane. Ying now has 4 Candelas, 2 smoke grenades, and increased the damage on her LMG to 46 from 43. Ying is now even more overpowered than she was when she was released. And we know, I think a lot of us can remember what it was like when Ying was actually released. It was literally just people sitting on site praying to God that either Ying got picked or that there is an ADS somewhere and your screen's not going to go white, because Ying was not fun. I actually wonder if like Ubisoft put any thought into this change, like at all. Like, did they happen to like sit down and be like, hey, so I know we had to change Ying because she was too good when we released her, right? But listen, what if we make her even better? I don't even want to talk about Ying anymore. She makes me mad. The next thing I kind of want to point out is a while back, Ubisoft actually put out a post saying that they were no longer going to do mid-season reinforcements. So they were going to wait until after Pro League and Challenger League were done. So in this, it's kind of like, hey, so Pro League, we would like to wait until after the competitive scene is over, right? Hopefully the entire competitive season is what they meant, and not just Pro League. Like, the fact that you still have Challenger League going on, and Challenger League is actually played for a significant amount of money. And I mean, a significant like meaning behind your name. I mean, I would think that you should have like the same amount of like care going into like your Challenger League, or at least like the next up and coming league. Like how is the competitive scene on this game going to grow if you don't actually put any time or attention into, I mean, the one thing that's right under Pro League, the thing that most people are striving to get to, because Pro League is so almost impossible to get into. So, like, if you want to keep orgs and if you want to keep people actually playing this game and like in the competitive scene, I mean, put some time into your Challenger League or whatever you guys are gonna do next season, since ESL is no longer going to be here. Like, do something. And then the last thing I kind of want to touch on is a little tweet that Ranger put out. Ranger posted a tweet saying on April 14th, they asked, "Are we able to look for an org? Are we able to stay in Pro League if we find one? When do we have to find an org by?" And on April 23rd, so basically a week later, Ubisoft replied, "We aren't able to provide any information. Hope to provide more in the future announcements." So it's kind of like, one, they're still saying a big ol' F you to the EG players. Two, it took them a week to reply just to say, "Hey, we can't tell you anything." Three, I understand like wanting to announce things and people, I guess, discovering them at the same time. But like, if those are actually like the 10 players plus coaches plus staff, whatever you guys have, I feel like that small like body of people kind of has maybe a right to a little bit of intel beforehand, so they can possibly, like, if they do get to go find an org, maybe you shouldn't wait over a week to reply and be like, "Hey, you can actually go look for an org. If you guys find an org, you can stay in the league." Or hit them with the, "No, don't waste your time. Like, you're done." Like, give them something. Don't just leave them. Like, don't just ghost them. I mean, like, way before I even played, like, I think the biggest problem people had with Ubisoft was their lack of communication, and now it seems like it's just back to a lack of communication. Like I said, this episode is going to be a bit of a shorter one. I'll have to get some of y'all's opinions down in the chat below. Tell me what you guys think. What do you guys actually think of the changes that are happening? Tell me, like, if you agree with them, what your favorite one was, what your least favorite one was. Oh, and also, now that like the season is kind of, off, and it's going to be kind of hard to find things to actually talk about, if you guys find any points or any drama, anything that you want me to talk about in the next like upcoming episodes, let me know. Also post that like down in the comments. That would be extremely helpful for me. This has been episode 9, and I hope you guys are having fun. I hope I provided a little bit of entertainment in this off time, and as always, I am your host, Lauren Goddess Williams, and you've just been breached.